All right, so back here on the 57 New Yorker, we've been doing a little bit of stuff to the top. You might see that there's rags there on the glass, and that's to keep everything from rubbing or scratching that really nice stainless that goes around that windshield. What we've been doing is having to fix the fitment of the top. So what you'll notice here now is this is very, very close to the top. Before there was a slight bow in it where it had been repaired, and what we've done is gone through, cut it, sectioned it in a few places, opened it up so it fits that windshield really, really nice and tight the way that it should be. Now, a couple of the other things that we've done is the actual linkage. It was missing a few of the pieces here. Now, keep in mind, these cars are extremely rare. You're not going to see them out in the wild very often, even to get parts for. So we've had to make a couple of the brackets. We've had to make a couple of the bushings for the bolts so that everything is nice and tight when it goes together. And a different view here from the top of what the repairs that have been done is you're going to see right here, there's a couple areas, and I haven't finished it. I wanted to fit everything before I did all the bodywork and paint. We want to make sure it fits. That is number one. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't matter how pretty it is. So you'll see there's been a couple areas where it has been literally cut, pie cut, sectioned, opened up so that that gives a very nice contour. So next thing is a polyester primer over top of this, very thick, something like a slick sand, spray it down, block it. That way this is going to look really, really nice and fit the car. So right there, Herb's actually made brand new kick panels for this car to really kind of dress it up a little bit, because they're normally kind of a dense fiberboard. This right here is something that's going to last a lot longer, and the detail is really nice here too. So what we're going to do is take, powder coat these, dress the welds up a little, powder coat them, put them back in the car, and really make sure the thing looks sharp. And then real quick, a couple of things that we had to do is you'll see there's a couple bolts in here that look a lot newer. Reason being is even the bolts for the top are very specific and unique. They actually have longer shoulders on them. That way that it actually like a bushing inside of it, but Herb has had to make new bushings, put bolts in it, so that way we got it so the top is all nice. Otherwise you'll have the top would be really shaky and all over the place, but this thing, as you can tell, is very, very stout. Let's test this thing and see if it works. Keep going.
Why not?
Oh, set this down. Up, pick this up.
What does that do? That's supposed to be up here.
Yeah, this is the one that has a limiter that goes to it, and it's actually the very first loop that goes above the glass or the rear window.
You want me to hold it?
Yeah, just watch your hand as it goes down. All right, look. Here, do the switch. I'll hold it. That way, there's no way it can get your hand.
Are you ready?
Yep. That's up, down. Okay, now it looks like, make sure none of this is bowing up weird. I guess we'll have to lube some of this stuff up too, probably wouldn't hurt. I guess, if you want to keep, you want to. That's gonna be pretty. That's it, all the way down.
You want to go back up?
We can try. That's it.
Only 143 hours to make the top work. This was a jigsaw puzzle. There were so many parts missing, it was unbelievable. We made arms, we made bushings, we made rods, but it actually works. Of course, we don't have the latches to hook it to the windshield. They weren't here.
Now, there probably is going to be some small imperfections. The primer usually takes up a little bit. There's some little low spots there, but that's why you do all this. And then this is guide coat. And you may be asking, well, hey, why is he spraying black on this? The biggest reason why is when you start sanding it, this will help indicate any low spots. So you'll knock off the high spots, and low spots, you'll know it's something you got to come back and address. And then I also have these two holes I got to open up. See how these are bigger? Somebody's already put body filler in them, so I got to radius the holes. but it'll work. Now I just gotta let it dry. It's a lot better than what it was a couple weeks ago. For sure. 1,000,000 times better. Yeah, by the time it's all painted up and sanded up, it'll look good. The only area you'll see in the car is this.
Just that part.
Yeah, just here. That's the only part. This, theoretically, you can see if you pull the top up, but I'm going to make it all look good. It'll look good. It'll look better than it did when I started on it. Video, if you can see it really good on the other video, but it was really blotchy. So the problem was, and I even have fought with this a little bit, somebody put like Armor All or something on it. Any type of silicone is no with paint. So it was really blotchy, where now it looks so much better. Is it perfect? No, but it definitely looks good. Hopefully it's not too shiny. And then as soon as the gauge cluster is done, then we get to start putting a lot of it together. We got to put the steering column back in. He's got to do a lot of wiring for the steering column actually goes back in. So the bows here, basically for the convertible top, there's like a felt-like thing that's in it that keeps it from rubbing against the bows. I'm guessing so it doesn't do damage to it. I'm betting that's going to be tough. And it's also got a additional on the corners on each side. It's got like a thicker woven material, I guess. Same thing so it doesn't rub and damage the top. I don't even know if that's over there. Is the rear window over there? Guess we go look.
Oh yeah, just like a knee pad or something.
Yeah, look, it feels like just kind of a foamy rubber. I don't know if we've ever even taken the top out. Is everything there? It probably would not hurt to go ahead and let it start to relax if we're going to attempt it. I got to be honest, because I don't know what I'm doing on it. Guess we're going to find out. How many tops have you done?
6 or 7.
I don't know anybody that's even done one. Well, I was going to try to see what all's here real fast. It does probably need to relax before we put it on there. They didn't put glass windows in them? No. Oh, that's sad. It's all scuffed up already. Here's another one. Okay, these are the ones that go down each side. All right, yeah, hold that over there. Try to keep this on the windshield. Okay. And all I want to do is just sit on it so it relaxes because it's been folded up. That's how you get all the folds out. It's on there, right? Will it stay? Ish. All right, ready to cruise. For everybody out looking to build a car, just keep in mind you got to deal with stuff like this.
Well,
And this.
stuff like this.
Get off those wires.
And if you're adventurous enough to have a Mopar and they don't make any of the direct wire harness.
This includes ignition switch and stuff like that. This is just headlights and taillights right here. And everything it takes to make the turn signals work and all that.
Too bad it can't show you how long some of this. There's enough wire there to wire a RV or a bus.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's 30 feet long probably.
Well, each one of those loops is at least a foot, right? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's about 18 feet of wire there. So, oh, God. This is a 7-function keyless entry system that I put together. You buy the brain box and all the relays, and you got to make all the wiring and stuff for it. And what we've got here is the first 7 wires do everything. That's lock, unlock the door, unlock the trunk, put the driver's window down, put the driver's window up, put the passenger window down, put the passenger window up. And each relay operates the windows. You got 2 relays built into this. But you got to sit down and I just make this panel mount all the relays, and then bring all my wiring in and tie it into the bottom of these pieces here. Now this is going to be a 4-function. So you got a brain box that'll have 2 functions in it. Then you'll have 2 separate relays. So what I'm going to do with it, what I'm going to do with this one is lock, unlock the door, open the trunk, and I'll hook the last relay to the horn. So when you lock the doors, you hit that button, it blows the horn like it does in a new car. That's cool. Yeah. I like to do all this crazy stuff, but it just takes a lot of time and patience, and you really don't need any help when you're doing it, because all you got to do is screw up one wire and you've made one heck of a mess.